Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Rayman 2 for the PC. I am running Windows 8 and time to start the party. How do I... Oh, there's only one save slot. Oh, that sucks. Okay, fine, I'll overwrite it. Oh, no. I see. Since this is all gibberish, I'm going to talk over the cutscenes. And I'm going to read what it says. A planet of anguish and pain, haunted by evil. A dark place, teeming with fierce monsters. Nothing can stop them now that they've captured you. They've taken everything and reduced our people to slaves. The robots search for innocent prey. That kind of rhymes. In the chaos, they exploded the heart of the world. The 1,000 lumps of energy which form it have been scattered. We are getting weak. Soon it will be too late. You must escape, Rayman. You are our only hope. Yay. I am the only hope. Oh, boom. And this is Rayman 2, The Great Escape. The Buccaneer, the pirates, prison ship, commander, the Admiral, Razorbeard. Slaves now on board. 18904, 18909, and rising. Wake up, Rayman. I have sent you help. Ooh, scary. He has sent Rayman, or she has sent Rayman, spoilers. Oh, it's... Who is this? Who is this mighty beast who's come to save Rayman? He's terrifying! He's a bit big. How did you know our friend Rayman? With glow box! Rayman's friend. Not really. I feel weak and my powers have disappeared. Yep. We know your powers have disappeared, Rayman, but there's nothing we can do now. Even your friend's trapped and he tried to save you. What? What? Who is this Lee? A fairy? Oh my god. Oh, sorry if I'm treating you like simpletons, YouTube, but yeah, I'm just basically excited to do this Let's Play. It's not Shadow the Hedgehog, it's not Sonic Generations, it's Rayman 2 for the PC engine. Nah, for the PC. Running on Windows 8 without any modifications, using an Xbox 360 controller with no modifications. It's plug and play. Do 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 do. Yeah, do 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 do. Yeah, I'm slipping and sliding. And for all those who want to know what the Xbox combination of buttons are, Y is to rotate right, X is to rotate left, B is to jump, and A is to shoot. You can strafe using the RT button or the LB button. Analog sticks move you around. And the left analog stick moves you around. The right one does nothing at all. Blowbacks! Where are you? Anyways, it's simple. The world looks amazing. This is running at the max resolution this game can support on PC. So I have not modified it to run at 1080p or anything. It's going to be uploaded in 480p widescreen. And I try to avoid this git. This guy is Murphy. He's a cheeky, staring bitch that has lessons for role in Rayman 3. Just skip all this, blah blah blah. Yes. And, oh look, he's back. Great, you have just smashed the pirate cage. Destroy lots of them. They're full of energy. Yeah. So you get the plot here. The pirates are taking over the world, basically. And these things here are lumps, which can unlock levels, I think. I played the PS1 version, I played the PS2 version, I have actually played the PC version until my friend lost it. And so this is just another copy of the PC version I bought today for 50p, although it cost £1 apparently, and it's on DVD-ROM, which is quite strange considering the game is always released on CD-ROM apart from Dreamcast, N64 and PS2, and this is basically a CD-ROM version on a DVD-ROM. Cutscene. Daddy saved Rayman. Where's Daddy? Shut up, children, man. You should have saw him fly out the sky. You're standing right near the landing place. Oh, don't cry, kiddies. Ugh. Well, basically, Glowbox is their daddy. Who's his wife? I'm sure I know his wife. Yeah, she is in the game, but I'm not going to spoil her name and what she looks like. Although she typically does have a Glowbox look like, because her children just look like Glowbox babies. Which Glowbox probably is. I'm not sure if he is just an adult baby who had underage sex or whatever. Anyways, you may recognize these guys from Rayman 1. They don't harm you at all, but they do stalk you in your sleep. Anyways, here we are. Yahoo! Yahoo! Yahoo is a great search engine. Yes. Anyways, time to demonstrate how the camera works. It sometimes follows you and it barely doesn't. Meaning that the camera isn't great in this game, but oh, who are these little chaps? Splendid Rayman, I'm the king of teensy. If you notice, they highlight or put in a different colour the names and stuff. It's being informal to the user. It's making colourblind people know that it's their name. To be honest, I feel sorry for colourblind people and blind people and deaf people. But who's the king? Who's the king of the colourblind? Colourblind people are cool, by the way. Me, no me. Sorry if I sound a bit hyper on this part, but this is just extreme game. This is a dark game in the sense that it's one of the darkest Rayman games, but I don't know which is darker, Rayman 3 or Rayman 2. Rayman 3 has a lot of comedy as so, but it seems to be even darker in the sense that it's a dark game. But yet this game has pirates and stuff, and it has like killing and like it basically references killing, but Rayman 3 doesn't in a sense reference killing. So yeah, Rayman 3 is considered the black sheep of the series as well. I consider Rayman 1 to be the black sheep because although it's hard, and you might say, well, you're not a gamer if it's hard. You need to be a gamer if you played Rayman 1. I agree. You have to play Rayman 1 to be a gamer, but you have to be a gamer if you have played Rayman 2. You have to play Rayman 2 to be considered a true gamer. Or else, you're just a wimp. You're not a gamer. You're just someone who plays Call of Duty 24/7. You need to play Rayman if you're a retro gamer, if you're a true gamer. And my controller just disconnected there, so Yeah. Oh. My mouse is showing up. Finally. I'll just move out of the way. Yeah. Sorry about that, YouTube. Anyways, don't just go up there now, because there's a little thing here. It's like a little entrance. Collect the blue lumps to keep your energy up, like your oxygen, and you will be just fine. Do 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 do. Rayman is such an excellent game. Mostly Rayman 2. Can't go wrong with Rayman 2. It's been ported too many times in my opinion though. That, let's just say it's now a boring game when people port it all the time, and when you can easily get other versions that look just as good for cheaper. And look, this is a Windows 98 game, Windows 95 game. Let's say it doesn't work on Windows XP. Yeah, I remember it working on Windows XP. I remember it working on Windows 7, for Christ's sake. This is Windows 8, and it works. And that was the original CD-ROM. Not the GOG... Oh, shit. Not the GOG version. That version's messed up. Like, all the music and audio and everything. What's with this echo? Whatever. Anyways, this is the Fairy Glade. This is where we need to rescue Lee. This is the PC version is ported to the Nintendo 64 version, which is the version that I wanted to buy, but now I've got this, and my parents probably won't let me buy another version of Rayman 2. But I bought another version of Rayman 3, besides the PS2 version. I bought the GameCube version. I grew up with the PS2 version, but I thought, let's have a change. Let's do some Rayman 3 and GameCube, which was going to be a Let's Play that I was going to future plan, because Shadow the Hedgehog disc is broke. But that was going to be my alternative. But never mind, this is now my alternative, and you get Rayman. Get all Rayman'd up. This game has been part of my childhood. I basically grew up with the PS2 version, which was the definitive version. It's either 30 frames per second, like on Dreamcast. No, on PS2 it's 30 frames per second. But you get these cool little lightings, like, well, you get like this overworld, but the main game doesn't really look much different to the Dreamcast version. The overworld really looks the best, but the in-game, the Dreamcast version runs at 60 frames per second compared to 30, and the lighting is excellent. It's much better than the PC version. But one advantage I have to give the PC version is that it has higher resolution. So it does kind of look better, the textures, but the lighting in the Dreamcast and the 60 frames per second looks gorgeous to the back teeth. So yeah, if you want the definitive 60 frames per second version, go for the Dreamcast. Or the 3DS version, but the 3DS version has frame rate issues. I've also played that version. I actually sold that version because although it's a portable version of Rayman 2, I just got bored of it and everything. It's like, it was on a handheld, the screen was small, and you would think that because the resolution is smaller and that the Dreamcast had VGA support, so it had a higher resolution than the 3DS, and didn't have frame rate drops, and the 3DS is, and the 3DS is meant to be more powerful than the Dreamcast, even at that resolution, you would think that it would play much better. I don't care if it's 3D, but with 3D mode it should be the same specs as Dreamcast in a sense. Like the power's going to be the same, but in 3D, you know what I mean? So like the 60 frames, you still got 60 frames. It feels like you're playing at 20, 30 frames per second. For a few areas, it feels like it's 60 frames per second, but for the rest, it feels like you're playing at 30 or 20. Although I didn't really notice the frame drops, I could tell, like, at certain parts, and then I researched it, and yes, it has issues running Rayman 2, the Dreamcast version, in 3D with its superior specs, being that it's the equivalent of a GameCube, not so much of a Nintendo Wii, but yeah. You can tell that it's a game. Well, with a small screen like that, it is the equivalent of a GameCube with its resolution. But the GameCube could do far better resolution. So I don't know if they if they put much effort into porting the 3DS version, or like they've just left the 3DS version, like the Dreamcast version, untouched, and just added 3D to it. That may have had some Dreamcast code left in it that caused some like frame rate issues to compatibility. I'm not sure, but it was either accidental or they weren't even spending any time on the game. So it's still recommended because you're playing it on the go, but the PS1 version I think played smoother than it. And that was for the most part when it didn't have frame rate drops. And although the PS1 version is 30 frames per second, it kept its 30 frames in like 3 years, which went under 30, and its goal was 60. Oh, this is just a little rant in a sense. Anyways, back to the game. As you see, the Fairy Glade has pirates. Obviously, this is like one of the pirate headquarters and everything. And there's a sleeping pirate up there. But how are we supposed to get through there? Well, I'll just take this route, and this is where strafing comes in. Let Murphy explain the strafing. Careful, there are lots of pirates in the area. There's a good chance you'll have to fight one. To move around during combat, press the control button. This will allow you to keep your enemy targeted. Yeah. Thank you for explaining that, Murphy. I'm using an Xbox 360 controller, so I don't need to worry about anything. Seriously though, I think this version of Rayman 2 on the PC runs at 30 frames per second because I can tell it runs at 30. And my graphics card is not outdated or anything. It is a GTX 650. I guess it is outdated in a sense that I can't run Battlefield on Ultra, even at 720p. But who cares? It still runs at a high medium settings at like higher than 720p resolution at 726p, which is great. It runs Battlefield at but that's at 60 frames per second in multiplayer. So at 900p at low medium settings, like either low or medium, you get like around 50-60 frames per second on multiplayer. It's the single player that seems more demanding. But who really buys these first-person shooters for the single player? You buy platformers for their single player, like Rayman. I must say the camera isn't really the best, but like that's like 80s, no, 90s camera angle. It can't be helped because it is 90s. They were still kind of getting into, I wouldn't say they're still trying to get into 3D games, but they're just getting used to the camera control and everything. Because this was released after, like, in the mid-90s, this game, and No, not mid-90s. That's Rayman 1. But yeah. Trivia fact number 1. Rayman 2 was supposed to be the sequel to Rayman 1, although it still is. But it was going to play like Rayman 1. Which would have made me just chuck my controller to the ground and smash it up. Because if we got another 2D Rayman near in 97 or 98, although the PC version came out in 99, you know, but yeah, then I would have smashed the controller saying, why not try 3D? And although I was born in 99, I must say, it's no wonder that I grew up with Rayman 2, because that was like the pinnacle. It was just like Rayman 2 was the start of the millennium. Like, it was a game to play at the millennium before games started going pew pew, I'm gonna shoot you down, bitch. That kind of game. Like, it's not that. It's this was like near the end of platformers and to the start of first-person shooters for the kids. That was phew. Anyways, I'll end the video at the end of the fairy glade, because I don't want this to be like a 1 hour video or something, because each level does last a while, trust me, it can last a while, the level, so I might have to split them into parts, or I'll just upload them at low quality. It's your choice, YouTube. 480p for this, but I'm definitely going to downscale it. It's probably going to be 4:3, so I'm going to use YouTube to make it 16:9. So there's Lee the Fairy. She's an elf. She's a magical elf. And so yeah, they're having a conversation. They're talking about Polycus. Pause if you want to read all the sentences, or just search them up, because I want to get through this game. It has its flaws, and you can tell, but it still looks great. It looks like an Xbox 360 and 64 port, where the textures are basically upscaled, because of using an Xbox 360 controller as well. And yeah, this re-release was released in 2006, so it's not the newest. And yep. So we need to get 4 masks, awaken Polycus, and all that jazz. I shall put the boss battles in separate videos, in separate parts, because like I'll be at the gate of the boss. And yeah, Lee's gonna give us a new power to hang. I hope you're getting a reference there to Rayman 1, where you got the power to hang, the power to fist. Yes, that's basically how Rayman 1 was. It had adult humor in it, in a sense. Eat at Joe's if you want. Eat at Joe's? Why would I eat at Joe? Why would I want to eat Joe? It just sounds so sexual and everything. But yeah, I've never actually completed Rayman 1, but I've completed Rayman 2 countless times. The difficulty curve has changed, in my opinion. To be honest, I can't really complete a 2D platformer that well. 2D platformers seem to be harder. I don't get it. I bet they had to dumb things down for 3D games, you know, even today. So yeah. A nice lighting effects here. But this is what I discussed off screen. You got this thing that I like to call what would I call it? Jaggies. You know jaggies? And they use, oh shit, I missed that. Don't worry, I'll get that off screen. The jaggies. This game doesn't have any jaggies at all. Like, you can't really notice any jaggies. Well, there are a few, but you can't see them that well. Which makes this game ahead of its time, with its high sub-HD resolutions, with its high quality textures and jazz. Yes, high quality textures for the time. It even surpassed the N64 version, although it's a port of the N64 version. If the N64 had 32 megabytes of RAM, it would be a powerhouse for the time. Sorry for the silence, but I can't always just talk in commentary, although you meant to. I need to think about what I'm going to do next, what I'm going to say next, and yeah. Anyways, you need to keep the propeller on, you need to try and get all the lungs, and yeah, it can be difficult. But I know what I'm doing, I'm a professional. Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm a professional. We should have 58 lungs at the end of the by the end of the level, but we're gonna have about 57 out of the 60 because of my stupidity. So yeah, this isn't gonna be the best Let's Play of Rayman 2. It's gonna be the worst. Nah, joking. I can't compete with Josh Jefferson. He's the king of Rayman Let's Plays. You can't compare to his Let's Plays. If you think you can beat Josh Jefferson at Rayman 2 Let's Plays with the what the heck is the what, then you are insane! All big YouTubers now are getting criticism. Mostly because there isn't really any games left to really Let's Play that people are going to watch your Let's Play. All the games, more people are getting access to capture cards, they're getting cheaper, more people are starting to show their unexplored talents. Yeah, it's just becoming harder for YouTube people to make money. So that's one sad thing. Anyways, time to go into the portal of hell. And we will be doing. Wait a second. I will get that lum off screen, don't worry. Yes, I want to save, yes. And we shall be doing next part, the Marshes of Awakening. Exit. I shall abandon. Yes. I shall exit the game. Thank you for watching, rate, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for next part. Hello everybody, this is MegaCallum10, and since this video recording I have got a new microphone, and this is it, you are hearing it now. Thank you for watching the video, rate, comment and subscribe.